when you first work in the store, there's lots of food around you, and you come to the realization after a while that you don't know what is good and what's bad, and you don't eat food. You know, I mean, you don't steal food. I mean, there's a lot of food that goes to waste. You don't even steal that stuff, and it's just, if you, I mean, I don't have a problem with getting food, so why would I steal it? So that's part of the job, is just avoiding taking stuff, and that would probably make somebody's job last a very short time if they were to take anything or be compelled to take something. But there's a lot of waste, and that is the truth. But it's not going to make it any better to take some that would be deemed for the trash and then try to make somebody benefit from it, because you don't know if you're going to make them sick. So it's not, you don't know where it's been, and especially with this COVID stuff, people taking stuff home and then trying to bring it back thinking that somehow we're going to be able to resell it. Is it even without COVID, that you pass that product in, we're going to throw it in the trash because we consider it consumer product? And when it's consumer product, it means we don't know where it's been. So VR. So that's the thing. So you don't want to. So the food waste does occur, but the thing is that it's more security than it is about the waste. Though a homeless person or a dog or anybody could take any kind of food that was in the trash and make use of it, it's not going to be so bad as starving. But it is in the best interest of the company not to make anybody sick. I mean, it could come back on them. They could be paying a lawsuit. Now, if you could create a policy that would say that once it entered a certain bin, that it was no longer their responsibility, then they would do it. It would put people's lives at risk, but if people are willing to take that risk and put the policy in place to do that sort of thing, you could absolve them of the responsibility, and then they could go ahead and do it, and there wouldn't be any food waste. And that's how you deal with things like that, is by is being able to legislate, set it up so the store is no longer liable for even consumer product, or and it would be up to whoever got the food to determine whether or not it was good. You would just take the risk on it being no good. But even in Europe, people ate meat that was had been aged for months. Sometimes the process of having meats being fed on by ants and small bugs can go through a curing process that actually improves the meat for it to be consumed by small organisms. That it's a method of curing the meat. And some people just eat stuff that's got bugs in it to begin with. It doesn't make it any less safe. So